Every day's a new beginning. Tap into your feelings and giving life new meaning. No matter the time of day, His grace and mercy goes with you along the way. Help, hope, and healing. Every day's a new beginning. Get in step with Nicole.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Get in Step with Nicole. And I tell you what, we're going to do just that today with my special guest, Pastor Todd. Oh my gosh, I'm telling you, this gentleman, he is such a funny guy, personally, serious guy when it comes to his gifting and his purpose. But then he's in the middle, meaning he meets you where you are. Awesome. And that's what I love about him. And of course, it's just, we're going to have a theme. I always give my audience a theme, and that's just kind of helping them, to guide through the show itself. Yeah. And of course, I was thinking back to when you spoke at my conference, my Help, Hope, and Healing conference, and you were talking about climbing life's ladder, climbing the ladder of life. And so today, my audience already know, I give them an acronym because that just helps it to stick and stay. Each episode, I want what we share, our time together to stick and stay, and that they can have a takeaway. So ladder is living a divinely destined and effectual reality. Living a divinely destined and effectual reality. And today is simply put, Pastor Todd's here today to help all of us just go from where we are in life, understand our divine purpose here in life, and just to help us climb the ladder of life in all whatever order you want to start in. So welcome to the show.
Listen, thank you for allowing me the privilege and the plum-pleasing opportunity to be with you. I know I am coming up in the world.
Oh, you know what, Pastor, I love it. Didn't I tell you guys, I just love his sense of humor.
I am so thankful for this opportunity and just glad to be with you. You've always been such an inspiration to so many, a life changer. I remember meeting you for the first time, my wife and I, at a marriage conference.
Yes, the actual conference that my husband and I put on, Let's Stay Together.
That's right, Let's Stay Together. And I cannot tell you just how powerful and prolific that event was. It really did help my wife and I in ways that just unimaginable. So love you, appreciate you so much.
Thank you, Pastor. I love you too. Yes, and just just say hi to your wife, so because she has his back. Yes.
Hey, sweetheart, how are you? I'm coming up in the world. I made it. I'm making it. I am somebody at this point.
You are so funny. So you really tapped in that conference. You also left, which is the Help, Hope, and Healing conference. He was referring to a conference my husband and I did to help couples, married couples, to stay together, through life's challenges. And that was when I was really starting out my ministry.
Sure.
And God, look, I'm coming up too, because God then gave me a platform where I could bring on all the people who have sowed into my life to help you at home, to get something, a takeaway that would help you, to give you hope and support you in your healing. Although we may not be able to touch you physically, our job, our task, our duty is to help you as best we can emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. And that's exactly what you did.
Sure.
At that conference with Climbing Life's Ladder.
So it's all about, for me, if we're going to live out an effectual reality, we have to keep climbing. We have to keep climbing, and we're living in some challenging times. That if we acquiesce to the challenges in the world in which we're living today, if we give up and give in, we will sit down, fall out, and get left out. And so I want to encourage everyone to keep climbing. The basis for that thought is my favorite poem.
Oh, he's going to read us a poem. Look at that. You are just well-rounded. You're well-rounded.
Listen, Langston Hughes wrote a poem entitled mother to son. And I just want to share this
Certainly,
really quickly.
Pastor.
Kind of give
Absolutely.
us a groundwork of
Foundation. We always
Yeah.
build with a foundation.
Well, son, I'll tell you. This is a mother speaking to her son. Life for me ain't been no crystal stair.
Yes.
It's had tacks in it, and splinters,
Yes.
and boards torn up, and places with no carpet on the floor bare. But all the time, I's been a climbing on and reaching landings and turning corners, and sometimes going in the dark where there ain't been no light. So boy, don't you turn back. Don't you sit down on the steps, 'cause you finds it kind of hard. Don't fall now. Keep climbing. I'm still going. You keep going, because life for me hasn't been a crystal stair.
Yes.
And oftentimes we have to brace up and buck up and understand that while it may not be easy,
Yes.
it's certainly worth it if we keep climbing.
Keep climbing. I told you today, he's helping us to continue the climb,
Yeah.
climbing life's ladder.
Yeah.
And we want to do it divinely, because each of us have a destined and divine place.
Yeah, yeah.
And you, of course, you tell your parishioners this. I follow you on social media. You help us in your messages, just really letting us know that we have to keep going.
Yeah.
You know, God expects us
Sure.
to keep going.
Yeah.
Because he gives it. If he wakes us up every day,
That's right.
That's half the battle.
That's right.
That's
That's right.
half the battle that was already done.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
other half is for us to, as you say, keep climbing.
And we can do it if we, first of all, that divine.
Yes,
we
sir.
have to tap into the divine. I think one of the challenges that we're having is that some of us have decided to walk away or to leave out that divine. But to
yeah.
do what we've been called to do, if we're going to live in our purpose
Effectually.
meaning make a difference, have an impact, we have to have the divine. If you don't use the divine, if you don't tap into the divine,
Yes, sir.
you will be left out in time.
And you know what, left out in time, and you will lose your mind. I mean,
Yes,
that was
yes,
just coming to
yes.
me as you were saying. Yeah,
Yeah, so
if we don't,
our rap album's coming out. If you hear us rapping, we're making these words.
we got
fit.
bars. We
got
got
bars. There you go. Our
Yes,
mixtape
but
will be out.
it's so true.
Yeah.
Because life can tear you up,
Yes.
and if you don't have that sense of hope,
Yeah.
that sense of who is the head of your life,
Sure.
and an understanding.
Sure.
And I know what is an agnostic. They kind of question. Well, is there? Maybe there isn't. But I don't want to be an agnostic, because
Right.
see, I want to know that I know that I know.
Yes.
That
Yes.
Nicole isn't driving this seat.
Yeah.
Because see, a lot of times when we're driving life, we have our blinders on, some of us. Then there's, types of drivers that they look to the left and look to the right to see what's going on around them, and they miss
Sure.
something important.
Yeah.
But I just thank God, for his divine direction
Yes.
and his protection.
Yes.
But just climbing life, Pastor, you have helped so many, in public and in private, to really understand that, listen, bumps and bruises happen to us all.
That's it.
But and I want to drive this home to you, ladies and gentlemen, we can't give up.
That's it.
Because see, that would be the easier route. Help us with, we just can't give up.
I mean, I feel this.
Yes, sir.
As it relates to the generation that is coming behind us.
Mm-hmm.
I think there is an expectation that that things should be given to us.
Yes.
That things should be handed to us. That to them rather. If it doesn't come easy, then it's not worth it. And listen, there are going to be times when your life is filled with challenges. There are going to be times when your life is filled with setbacks. But setbacks, as we know, really at the end of the day, with the divine, are really setups for a bless up.
Yes.
So, I pray, I'm concerned, I strive to share with our congregation and people that I come into contact that you have to embrace the reality that there will be some challenges. That's number one. Then number two, who are you climbing with?
Oh my gosh. So number one, we have to realize that there will be challenges.
There will be challenges.
Number two, who are you climbing with?
Who are you climbing with? Often it's the voices around us that hinder us, that hold us down, that hold us back, that keep us from being able to reach the heights that divinely we've been destined to reach.
Yes.
And so I want to encourage people to do a friend check, to do a family check, to do a co-worker check. And if those in your life are not adding to you, if you have those in your life who drain and take away, listen, you may want to reassess and reevaluate. Doesn't mean we stop loving, doesn't mean we stop, doesn't mean we abandon people, but if we're going to reach higher heights, we have to have the capacity and the ability to say, listen, I got to keep climbing, and I can't take everybody with me.
And that has been one of the problems I've had. And I know about the crab in the bucket, and you at home know about the crab in the bucket mentality, where as you're trying to better yourself,
that's right,
there's someone pulling you down.
Yes.
Oftentimes it may be the family, because they don't want you to leave that safety net, because I mean it can be that pull down can be good, both good and bad. In the sense of this, pastor, just listening, like, you know, my pastor, my bishop says, I'm going somewhere with this.
Yes.
So a lot of times our parents, you know, we have helicopter moms. I was one for a long time. And although my son wanted to branch out and to do something different, the fear, first of all, of him being a black male and all the things that were going on around this world, I was afraid. So yes, I was holding him back. But was I serving him, the purpose for his life? See, I got to tell on myself too, in order to help you.
You had good intentions.
I had great intentions.
Yeah.
But again, I was holding him back from climbing life's ladder. Yeah. And so a lot of times when we have that crab in the bucket mentality, there may be some extenuating circumstances that we want to justify you staying behind. But you're telling us, no, ma'am, no, sir. You got to do a family check. He even put the family in it. Co-workers. He put the friends.
Check everybody.
Check. Look, mic check, mic check. Check everyone. Because you're climbing life's ladder, and that's just, you know, divinely, you know, the destined place that you're headed, and the effectual reality that you can go higher. You can bless up. And you're telling me it's time to bless up.
It's time to do it.
So number one, again, was just understanding the reality.
It's going to be tough.
It's going to be tough.
It's going to be challenges.
And respect that toughness.
Respect it.
It's going to teach you something. You said, I would say, you told us to embrace it. Because there's a reason for it. Because without the lessons, we wouldn't have the wisdom. We wouldn't have the wisdom. And we wouldn't also know what not to do again.
That's it. That's it.
Okay.
The struggle is all about building the strength.
Yes.
The struggle builds the strength.
So then we have that. We have, just check some stuff. And number three, what's number three?
You said it. You have to abandon fear. You have to abandon fear. You cannot climb. This mother in this poem, Mother to Son, had to embrace her fears. She had to look at the fear in the face, and then after looking at it, say, I'm going to look past it and I'm going to abandon the fear. False evidence that appears real.
Yes, sir.
I think about the spies in Old Testament antiquity, sent to spy out the land.
Yes, survey the land.
Survey the land. Go and bring back a report of what you've seen, what you've experienced. And only two.
Yes.
Only two.
Out of all that went out.
Out of those that went out, only two were able to abandon the fear of the unknown, the fear of what might happen, the fear of what could happen. And so that requires a shift in what we see, because fear will oftentimes put a blinder up in what we see.
Yes.
And if we can't see our way, we can't climb our way to our effectual destiny and reality. Yeah.
I love that. And then, of course, if you're lucky, when you were talking about the surveyors, like those people who have gone out and making a connection with Langston, because you know Langston gets real deep in his stuff. But just thinking of the mother, and we can put our own spin on it, whether she was a believer, whether she was a single parent, you know, a teenage parent, you know, we can build up her characteristics however we may. But when you were talking, that surveillance part that you just spoke of, I thought about that mother. Because, see, she went ahead, of course, because she's older than her son.
Sure.
Like I told my son, you'll never be older than me. So
right.
that's one of those things. But you were reading it, and I made the connection just now.
Yeah.
She surveyed the land for her son.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she told him, in order to climb life's ladder, first of all, you have to recognize the divine, as you said.
Sure.
But then you have to understand there's going to be some bump. I've already been through this. If you listen to mama, daddy too now, we ain't going to leave y'all out. But if you listen to the instruction that I'm giving you, there's going to be some bumps, some bruises, some tours and snares. But don't give up. Keep climbing. So she surveyed the land for him. I love that.
Climbing, advancing, moving forward in life requires that we embrace wise counsel.
Okay, can we add that to number 4?
Come on.
Because, see, once we get over that fear, that false evidence, that false hope of what you see, a lot of times our mindset, Pastor, and this is for, you know, I always share with you all Nicole's story. See, because even when this show, before the reality of this show came to be, I was given all the reasons why it couldn't happen.
Sure.
Instead of God's like, okay, and him and I'm telling you, me and God, for real, we talk just like you and I are talking, just like you and I are talking. I said, but God, you know, I got this wrong, this, and this third, and he still pushed.
Yeah.
So you have to get over, embrace it.
Yeah. Understand
the assignment. Because, see, Pastor, your assignment as pastor is not all you were called to do.
Sure.
You know, and there were some, if we all are honest, we have those fearful times.
Yep.
But you said you accepted the call on your life. And so that's that divinely destined that I'm talking about on the ladder rung. Because, see, we're climbing the ladder.
Yeah.
And so just go ahead and help us. But I'm telling you, I love how we always flow really well together because our minds are one and the same in the whole thing of our thought processes and where we want the audience to go versus where we've been in life ourselves. Yes, sir.
I mean, you after you've done the check, right?
Yes.
You've checked family, friends. You do need to add voices of wisdom and reason to your circle.
Yes.
And too often what keeps us from reaching our effectual purpose, destiny, divine destiny, is the fact that we simply choose to do things our way. It's the Burger King mentality.
Have it our way.
Have it our way. And without necessarily listening to or seeking out the counsel and the instruction of those who have been there, done that. The mother had been there and done that.
Yes.
Wise counsel. The scriptures teach that there's safety in a multitude of counsel and wisdom. So you wanna make sure that you are adding. You've checked, you've taken away, you've perhaps divided or subtracted some folks from your life. By the way, addition by subtraction.
Yes.
Add to your life by subtracting some folks from it. But don't go it alone.
Yes.
Don't go it alone. I need you. You need me. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said each of us is inextricably linked.
Yes.
Can't do it by ourselves. And mother is teaching son, if you're going to climb, listen to your mama.
Yes, I love that. And so, okay, so we have accepting the reality.
Yep.
Then we go at just subtracting, you know, adding, subtracting those we need in our circle. Because listen, I have to do that check. And then I also have to check myself too.
Yep.
Because here's the thing about that addition by subtraction. In my mind, I want to have people in my life who accentuates my weaknesses. Now listen to me on this one. You see, because I know my strengths. Okay? But see, where I need help with are my weaknesses. So if I have people who can catapult me and gird me up on my leaning sides, then that I can only go up from there.
Yeah.
I can only go up from there.
Yeah.
Because too many times people get the wrong idea and they'll try to attack your strengths. But see, ladies and gentlemen, when you have those weaknesses, oh, I feel my help coming on this one.
Come on.
Ooh.
Come on. Come on.
Ooh, Lord, this has never happened before. Okay, let me get myself together so I can get this point out. And I'm not going to take this out. I'm going to let it go.
I got her preaching.
Oh, my goodness. A lot of times we get off task.
Yes.
Because we allow the enemy to attack the hope because of our weaknesses. And that's why so many people, when they ask people who have been in an abusive relationship, oh, there was a shift, Pastor. We're going to go somewhere with this one. Why they stay in abusive, and it doesn't have to be the physical, but it is. Why they stay so long, or why you don't move as some people would think you should move. But it's because that voice, that person has attacked their hope.
Wow, come on.
And you can't move when you don't have any hope.
That's right.
So yes, while we're encouraging you to climb the ladder, know that we want to speak to that barren spot, that yes, we're laughing and we're having a great time, but we understand that some of you who may be watching, your hope has been attacked.
That's right. That's right.
You know, you may have stayed in this place for so long because you have no hope that things will even get better. So we understand both sides of the spectrum, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
We truly do.
In our weakness.
In our weakness, yes. God.
He is made strong.
Yes.
And what the enemy would love to do is attack our hope, because faith is the substance of things what?
Hope for.
The evidence of things we cannot
see.
And if I can't see the necessity and the reason to keep climbing, if I can't see it, if I can't embrace it because my hope has been attacked, here it is, then my faith has been attacked. And when my faith has been attacked, then the divine is destroyed. The divine is destroyed. And I won't be able to reach where it is that I am purposed to go.
Yes, I'm so glad I have you here on this journey with us. I mean, because we are getting in step.
That's right.
And we are helping you to get in step. And Pastor Todd Watson is helping me to get in step just through the message today, because there are people, like I said, and you also said, that add to our lives as well. So we don't want to throw those out, the baby out with the bathwater.
That's right.
You know, those people, but we have to accept their counsel.
That's right.
Because those good people in your life, I know my husband, it cracks me up, and you know him personally. But when he tells me something, I'm learning. And we've been together almost 30 years, but I'm still learning to accept his wise counsel. Because a lot of times, you know, you thinking with all this knowledge that you have in your head, and you go by theory on things. But God can give people who don't have those degrees and pedigrees wisdom that just might save your life.
That's right.
But if you ignore wise counsel, because see, while I've been through something, you've been through something. The other person has been through something too, but you have to recognize what they bring to the table. And understand that.
We will reach our apex if we are continual lifelong learners. Lifelong learners. I want to encourage you. Keep learning. Don't ever believe that you've arrived and that you know it all. When the scriptures teach us that pride comes before a person falls. And so you've got to be a lifelong learner if you're going to reach the top. And you got to reach the top, because listen, the bottom is way too crowded.
It's too crowded.
Come on.
And you know what? It's so much work, Pastor, but it's so worth it. Oh my goodness. It's so hard. And a lot of times, I mean, even with our business owners, you know, because you're an actual manager, supervisor of the Legalshield Business, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes. But just even building your business, we want to help those business owners too, not to give up as you're climbing life's ladder. Because even in business, the tools that you gave us today, Pastor, were just, you know, overcoming the fear, you know, checking our circle, just understanding who is providing the strength of the things that you seek. That goes to our business owners too, because starting a business can even be hard. And that's part of your dream. So even in that divine, destined place that you were meant to be and the things in life you were meant to have, you still have to climb the ladder to get them.
That's it.
And it still requires work.
That's it.
And you said before we can even get to our apex, there is some work that we have to do.
Sure.
And you've given us that work.
Sure.
To take away today, ladies and gentlemen, with us, with the understanding that, yes, we understand all sides of the spectrum, because the both of us have worked, even with you and your parishioners. You work with people who've been up here, and you work with some people who've just beginning right here and getting started. But yet, you've encouraged them both.
Yeah, yeah.
And you also taught us that there is, at no point in life, because the only omnipresent one, omniscient one, is God alone. Yeah. So that means that we continuously learn as we continuously grow, as we continuously climb life's ladder. Man, I'm telling you, you got to invite back anytime you want, Pastor.
Listen,
you have an invitation back.
Thank you.
Anytime you'd like.
Thank you.
Because I just want us to continue to help people grow and help them, give them hope and support them in their healing. And you did that today. Tell us how we can get in contact with you, and then tell us quickly about your Legalshield business that you own. Yes, sir.
Yeah, really quickly. Legalshield, we help make access to the legal system affordable. We don't live in the USA. We live in the USA, where folks are suing you just for looking at them wrong, right?
Yes, litigious society.
The average cost of an attorney is $200, $300 an hour. Legalshield slices that way beyond half. And for the cost of a cup of coffee a day, $1 a month, $30, we can connect you to a law firm that helps you get all of your legal questions and concerns answered. So that's what's going on there. I'm excited about it. Business is growing. Columbus is the market I'm in, and we have a great team, so I'm really excited about that. You can go to www.twatson54 at wearelegalshield.com and www.catherinestreetcog.com for information in regards to the church.
And we'll have that right there on the screen. And ladies and gentlemen, as you can see it right there, we have Pastor Watson's.
Thank you so
much. And I call him Pastor Ty because he's just one of those approachable pastors, but I do reverence your title, Pastor. And shout out your church again, Catherine.
Yes, the Catherine Street First Church of God.
Okay.
Hey, everybody. Hey, your boy's getting big.
You are so funny. But thank you for coming today and helping us just to, improve our lives. And ladies and gentlemen, I always say that no matter the time of day, it can be morning, noon, or night, any time is a great time to get in step and soar. And that's what this show is all about. When you get in step with Nicole, I share my experiences. I bring on experts who have lived a little something and know the price of something.
Sure.
To share with you their experiences to help you, give you hope and healing in order for you to soar. My information is on the screen. Thank you as always for just rocking with me, staying with the station, and tuning in yet again. We love you. See you next week.
I want to encourage you that while we wait on God to do some things that only He can do, while we wait through praying and fasting, let's make sure we are praying and fasting. Let's make sure that while we are waiting for our change to come, that we ask God to use us to be the change that somebody else needs while they wait for their change to come. Don't waste a moment. Every season, every stage of your life has value. There's worth if we look long enough, if we study hard enough, if we seek supernatural assistance on being able to extrapolate and extract from where we are in our waiting season. We'll find out that this point, this place, this pause place, if you will, that I find myself in emotionally, psychologically, physically, relationally, it's a place where I can learn and discover and grow and really come out of my waiting season having not wasted it. So listen, no experience is a wasted moment. No time, no trial, no test, no temptation in your life is a waste. There's lessons to learn. God is in those moments.